Hello, Professor Bright here. Welcome back to the Sunless Skies, where, well, we have several problems. The major problem I have right now, personally in my opinion, is this firkin of red honey. The two firkins of red honey. Because you see, I want to sell those, or get them off of my, locomotive. Problem, I can't. The bank won't let me store them there because apparently they don't want to handle dangerous illegal goods. So I looked it up because honestly, having those two slots filled up with honey, it's going to cause problems for me long term. Thing is, I need to have Veils of 40 or Affiliations 3 Villainy. So, minor problem, I have neither of those things. In fact, I have Affiliations Establishment, which is the opposite of Villainy. I mean, for certain values of Villainy anyway. I don't believe did I sell my port reports? I don't believe I did. Yeah, let me do that real quick. Also, maybe gather more fuel and supplies. I'm concerned for many reasons. By the way, exploring London, can you, anybody? No help there? Okay, fine. Very well. Go to the Steam and Sapphire yards, visit the bookkeeper, and, well, trade gratitude to win the bookkeeper's trust. What is this mysterious further work he once alluded to? Have you been useful enough yet that he trusts you? I hope so. Moving up the chain, he considers you for a moment, tapping his pen on the desk, then he nods. He communicates that he works for the New Street Line, an organization that arranges for work-world escapees to be smuggled to safety. If necessary, the line finds them new lives and new names. The authorities do not approve. If you want to help, you will need to meet his patron. He gives you a yellowing train ticket and shows you an address. It belongs to a fierce philanthropist, co-owner of the Steam and Sapphire Company. Oh. A fierce philanthropist, you say? Well, request a meeting with the fierce philanthropist. The bookkeeper will arrange an appointment for you. We might have known them in a past life, I believe we did. You call at the fierce philanthropist's tall, stately house. Her secretary is a slight man with a drooping lip. He jumps up when you present your ticket and ushers you into his employer's study. She sits tall in her chair, a sherry bottle to one side, her papers to the other. She pours you a glass. Please, have a seat. Her voice has a hint of Midland's melancholy. Inquire into the New Street's secretive work. How does it work? Do they have hidden stations, black-wreathed locomotives, safe houses for work-world escapees? A briefing. There is no line. The philanthropist taps a nail on her mahogany desk. Only the idea of one. We have conductors operating throughout the Empire reporting to me. I'll point you to one of them and they'll tell you where you need to go. Assuming, of course, you're ready to be responsible for another's freedom. Of course. How can we help? A new contact. The fierce philanthropist gives you a nod. We don't handle that side of the business here, of course, she says. Too dangerous for our other affairs. Speak to our men at the yards. She directs you to a Firebrand conductor. Use the passphrase, bread for blood. Interesting. A bitter a good day. We have other things to do. She smiles at you and turns back to her papers. You leave, but you finish your sherry first. Aw. Visit the Firebrand conductor. He meets you in a smoky station pub. The conductor is an itchy-fingered, studious young man, blazing with revolutionary zeal inside his oversized scarf. We'll free them one by one if we have to. It's a good job the clientele is raucous and utterly uninterested in your conversation. Inquire about the work. What happens in the work worlds, and how does the New Street Line work against it? Give me more details. Everyone deserves the right to their own hours, to live them at the pace God intended. While in the work worlds, a pauper spends a month of their life to ensure an hour of a rich man's luxury. The Firebrand conductor spits onto the floor. Those who escape from the work worlds are hunted. Our patron arranges passage for as many as she can. We look for opportunities. Empty cargo trains, drunken captains who won't notice a few extra hands on board their trains. Interesting. So I might very well have been transporting some of these unfortunates. Agree to smuggle a passenger. There's space on your train for some unfortunate soul. 3 spaces, in fact. Oh. The Firebrand conductor flips through his notebook. The lady makes the arrangements through her network. Let's see, yes, pick up from here, deliver there. Come back to me and I'll be sure I'm sure I'll have another who needs your help. His mouth tightens. There's always more. You collect a passage from Eagle's Empyrean and deliver them to New Winchester. That's a bit of a trip. And would require me to go to Eleutheria. And find a very interesting port, but I mean, I'd have to get to Eleutheria first and survive that trip. And I probably should have grabbed the more fuel and supplies I'd talked about getting, but I mean, you are the actual goal here, and you sell both, so it'll be perfect. All will be fine. Ish. For certain values of fine, of course. Yeah, and this is our last attempt to find Perdurance. Well, for the near future, at least. We're just gonna go to the mausoleum, we're gonna try to scan through here, and if we don't find it, we're gonna have to head back to the Reach. But for multiple reasons. One, our nightmares are getting intense, and I kinda just wanna go back there. To get all my officers again, as it were. Go through their stories and... You know, without the music, that's even worse. Just so much worse. Oh, you found a grave up there? Yeah, I'm not interested in that, thank you very much. Not what we're looking for. Oh! You don't look like you're doing well. Huh. What did happen to the music? Curious but not important right now. Right now we have terror situation to worry about, which is what we're going to the mausoleum for, primarily. Although secondarily, there is some interesting possibilities there. For you see, we have our little collection of souls that they want. Somewhere in here, under my possessions, I believe? Yes, unless I'm very much wrong, but I was pretty sure I was right. I didn't leave them in the... I very well might have left them in the bank. Okay. That'll be frustrating, but we can deal with that. We can deal with it, it will be fine. Either way, we need to deal with this terror situation, and you know what? Frankly, if we deal with the terror situation and we go through trying to find Perdurance, we can just go there on the way out of here, right? We can just loop Mosarine Mausoleum straight to the transit relay. It'll be fine. Not the most direct route, but at the end of the day, it can wait one more episode, I suppose. If it must. Do hate to delay things, but we delay what we must. Surprisingly, the return of the music is not helping. A little bit of nervousness, you understand. Although we're at full hull, we have plenty of fuel and supplies, we should be fine. Nothing can hurt us here. Well, stuff can hurt us, but it can't kill us, which is the more important thing. You probably require a saying? Or you don't, and I'll take that. Tale of Terror. Ow. Not the nicest thing that's ever happened to us, but fine. No. None of this shadow creeping in. Get rid of it. It's fine. We are fine. Don't load in more enemies. I don't want them. I don't want them. I don't want to see them. I don't want to know about them. Get rid of them. Yes, to the most serene mausoleum where everything is fine. And we can, well, not entirely deal with the terror situation, but mostly deal with it. We have an abundance of money. A reasonable amount of money. A pistol has vanished from the armory, knives are disappearing, the signs of insurrection. Find the parties responsible and dispose of them. Under interrogation, a sallow stoker reveals where the pistol is hidden and who stole it. You seize the culprit and conduct a swift trial. The millionaire spits at you as you condemn her to the skies. Well, maybe you shouldn't have been stealing supplies. And by supplies, I mean weapons with which to kill me. Not a fan of this crew situation. How many before things get bad? Suppose it doesn't matter right now, but... Doc. It's a statistic I would like to know. Oh, attending a funeral. Few mourners are willing to brave the long journey through the Reach to say goodbye to a loved one. You know, I do need these, but attend a Skyfarer's funeral. The priest welcomes other travelers to share their stories from afar. The funeral is a mix of gentle sobbing and clutching handkerchiefs. In excitement at stories from the depths of the high wilderness, you play your part, ensuring that a fellow traveler's life is remembered, instead of being lost to the winds far from home. That took off 10 of our terror. That is fantastic. Write our port report, of course. As we must. Could inter the aunt, but no. Contemplate this dead sun. Success, finally. The conquest of heaven. Smoke still rises from the sun's smoldering core. The wound that slew it is clearly visible. A great rent torn in one side. Star stuff, long since cooled to the color of coal, spills into the sky. When Her Majesty entered Albion, she slew the sun with an experimental weapon, an unclear bomb. Then she claimed the sun's throne and dominion, leaving the remains here as a clear message. Not even the suns are above the Empire's reach. Curiousness. Approach the Deathless, more out of curiosity if this will work. Hello. He is the papal legate to the High Wilderness and Her Renewed Majesty's favorite Catholic. Oh, none of that. In nomine matris. Ho! The Cardinal stalks through on the sepulchral vaults of the mausoleum. His bright vestments trailing on the flagstones, he notices your gaze and approaches. The luminous Cardinal ignores your introduction and launches into a sermon on the new kingdom of heaven. To whom did Christ entrust the kingdom of God but his own mother, who now reigns on the throne of heaven, but a woman, a mother, and a queen? This is the third and last age. We shall have a queendom whose boundaries are as limitless as the mysteries of the Godhead, just as soon as she converts. He turns away, having forgotten you entirely. Neat. Thank you. Back to the nave, though. We're in a bad situation, a worse situation than we were originally. Okay, we're gonna just spend a little time here. Just a little time, cooling down. Yep. See you guys in a moment. Okay, our terror is down to 60, which I think is good enough for me, personally. So, I'm gonna go return to the nave, and before I forget, go to the shops. Do you have anything to sell by any chance? No, you don't, really. Well, we have this, which I will take because it does sell pretty well. And then perhaps one more. Okay, it was expensive, but we are mostly restored to a relatively normal amount of terror. Now comes the exploration part, which will be challenging. Potentially challenging. We just need to get past this little terror, which will be fine. It's just the corpse of a sun, don't worry about it. Ignore the way that the light is still burning somehow. Ignore the damages of the unclear bomb. What terrible things it did to the sun. It's fine, don't worry about it. See, we're fine. Our terror barely went out. Up. Well, profitable opportunity, why not? Come, what is this? Oh. What is this? This is an assaying opportunity, I assume? Yep. Sure is. Sorry, I had to bump up against it just to be sure. Okay. And when we get up to Terror 80, that's when we abandon this. Or if, well, things go poorly. I'm tempted to talk with the Claymen. Unfortunately, I don't know if that won't raise our terror situation, so... yeah, not the best of plans, as it were. And out goes the bat. Found me something. Doesn't look like it's gonna be what I want, but, well. We shall see. We shall see. Could be wrong. This does not seem to be... A junior signaler receives a dose of medicinal point in the infirmary after seeing a frozen corpse spin past a window. The experience has shaken him. The dead are hungry, he says. You need to make an offering or he'll come back and knocking at the hull. Reprimand him. Stuffing nonsense. The crewman returns, sheepishly to duty, but continues to jump every time debris clangs on the hull. It is debris, you are almost certain. Yeah, I'm suspecting this isn't exactly what I want, but you'll do as a target. Oh, shit. Well, this isn't good. Yeah, saw that coming. Quick, precious. Oh, I should go with the otherworldly artifacts. Oh well. Yeah, you ram yourself right in there, buddy. Make it real easy for me to hit you. Oh, shoot. That's not great. Ho ho! That could have been real bad. So could that have been. Alright. Now we're just gonna go around this little mining node. And there we go. Yeah, search it for valuables. Who knows what they have. Gained a little bit more terror, which... yeah, not the best timing for that. Worst case scenario, I'm close enough to the mausoleum I can just go back there, but... Let's go south a bit. Just a bit. In all the wide sky, he has found nothing, huh? I swear they are the most useless of bats. If this pops above 85, we'll just... I mean, we'll have to head back, is all. And having failed to find Perdurance for the umpteenth time, well, I think it'll be time to just abandon it for now. What other choice do we have? We have a bad terror situation, a bad nightmare situation. All bad things are coming to us. And I will not let this captain die. No, no, no. Certainly not. Alright, very well. We turn back. It's gotta be up here then, or maybe down here. It shouldn't be down there, though. It wouldn't make sense, but maybe, and maybe if we went down here and through... But that runs other risks, and I need to survive, so... Can't be done. We cannot allow it. We simply cannot. There are risks that we do not need to take, and so we shall not take them. Still, we got something out of this little trip. Not much, but some things. Good for nothing but dumping the dead, you say? I know, we got rocks. Those could probably be processed into something useful. Probably. Not much of a geology person used to be, but not nowadays. There's a disturbing sound. And hopefully we can just ignore that little bit of terror there. Just... yeah. Maybe we don't ignore it, but we do need to get moving. Just a little bit quicker. Just a little bit quicker before something screws us over here. 88%. I'm gonna pay down my terror at least down to 70. And then we'll head back to London, which will be a bit of a trip, but, well. Well, I say. Not our most productive trip, but I did want to take one last stab at finding Perdurance. I bet if we went further we would have found it, but that is not... endure this lean, cruel hour. Well, that's bad. It's made this a little bit more expensive, but very well. I wonder, how much has it fallen? By 10. 100 sovereigns to 10. Not exactly great, but very well. Inter a member of your crew. The mausoleum accepts remains or mementos of the dead in its vaults, for those who can afford it, of course. For everyone else, there's always the sky. The cherry registrar adopts an expression of practiced solemnity and calls for a footman. The footman asks a number of questions about the crew member. Name, occupation, beer, fire or niche. I don't know what beer is. Candles and how often, flowers and what variety. Eventually he is satisfied and leads you and those of your crew closest to the deceased into the catacombs of the mausoleum. You are guided to a vast tomb where candles have been lit and the scent of lilies is strong. Your crew member is interred in a small drawer in one wall of many. Here your crew member, or some part of them at least, will remain, at last, at rest. Very well, but not the most efficient way to do things, so I will see you all in just a moment after I've spent some time in the Prince Consort's tomb. Alright, our terror is down to a more reasonable level. Not great, but more reasonable at the very least. We will head back to London, retrieve those souls and some hours, and then we're going to see about smuggling. Try to, anyway. Don't know how well it's going to go, frankly. Oh dear, getting 40 veils, that's going to be a nightmare to do. I would need to level at least 5 times to do that. Yes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. Or get some better crew members for that sort of task. Once we get back to London, actually, you know what, right now, let's restore this Clay Conductor's voice. You overheard him attempting to sing, but he gave up quickly. His voice was gravelly and out of practice. Some nectar might help lubricate the vocal cords. A friend in need. Oh. The Clay Conductor fetches a spoon and several lumps of sugar. He mashes the lumps into the honey, then gargles the concoction. When he is done, you wrangle a little of his past from him. The Clay Conductor was in the Clay Choirs. His dead companion was a very talented Clay chorister. I've hopes of finding someone with as good a voice again. One cannot be a chorus alone. I've heard tell of a Clayman in the most serene mausoleum. The Clay Conductor trails off, clearly desiring your assistance, but unsure how to formulate the question. He stares at his feet instead. We'll be back anyway, so I'm not particularly worried about fulfilling that request right now. What I am worried about is, well, surviving this trip. And good to know that that does not increase my terror, at least not significantly. So, no reason not to grab them. Visions of the Heavens, Tales of Terror, useful resources. Very useful indeed. And we have to make a trip to the Ministries as well. Oh, so much to do, so little time, unfortunately. But let us go, and ooh, hey there, you. Are you alone? Well, that's very foolish. And there we are. Search for valuables again. A pity about the failure and the gaining of the terror, but fair enough, fair enough. Still got some money on the deal. Might even be enough to repair the locomotive. Actually, I think it's going to be a little bit more than enough. Not much, but a little bit. And a little bit is all I need, really. Now, onwards to elsewhere. Although, I'm thinking now, it's going to be expensive to get back through the Reach, isn't it? Because we need to spend 500 sovereigns just on the pass to do it. And I have hours I'm going to have to spend for it. Well, we'll see. We'll see how things turn out. It is late and you are alone. Doubts prey on you. Is this the path you should have taken? You trespass upon the precincts of heaven. What price will be exacted of you? What price have you already paid? I think it's in our best interest. Perhaps. endure this lean, cruel hour again. Ah, perfect. It will pass. The hour passes. Questions worry at you, chasing away sleep. Later, there's a knock at your door. One of your officers is outside. Professor, we need you. Duty calls, the doubts must wait. And just to give us more time to have reset our little terror-restoring event, not sure exactly what to phrase it as, we are going to go to the Ministries, and we're going to give our port report there for better or worse. It's simply an option that we have, and we are going to exploit it. See, that's what makes me think that the Dawn Machine's involved in the Clockwork Sun, because I've seen those ships before. But it's equally possible they are distinct entities. Good chance, in fact. Ooh, you'd be very good to... What? No! What? How? What? How? Why? I have done nothing to you. Holy shit. That looks dangerous. Okay, this is not how I want things to be going. Do you need to be doing this? How necessary was that? Come now. Find me their secrets. Ah. With time to spare, perhaps the captain was killed in the battle, perhaps when the time came, they valued their own life more highly than the Ministry's secrets. Regardless, the files are intact. Okay. Search for reports on well-to-do families. Could be useful. Compile a chart of illicit activities. Apply your own knowledge of criminality in the sky to the detailed observations recorded in the monitor's logs. I could do this. An unlicensed chart. I don't know the use of it, but must be relatively valuable. The documents contain observations on Takati movements, smuggler sightings, and reports of marauder activity. Your navigator helps you assemble a detailed chart. How useful. Yes, it might be in our best interest to go directly back, but that's not what we're doing right now. Right now, we have other works we want to accomplish, yes? Possibly. Possibly, yes. Don't you dare. For now is not the time for this. Yeah. I don't like the looks of that. I'm annoyed that they're hostile to me now. Whatever did I do to them to deserve such treatment? Harumph. Submit your observations on mended wefts. The officer will pay handsomely if you can produce evidence of repairs made to incidents of unraveling time. And we can. And apparently this improves the state of the sun, which... Yes. It will be fine. On the one, yeah, I'm still torn on whether I want to repair the sun or not, but here, take it. Oh wow, that really decreases my nightmares in a... Well, not my nightmares, but my terror in a big way. I wonder then if I do not... Since I can't smuggle, and I know I can't smuggle because I looked it up, surrender our contraband. You won't get much for it, but nor will you get arrested for possession. It's for the best. A young civil servant sends a clayman to your locomotive to retrieve your contraband items. Her Majesty thanks you, you are told, though your rewards do not exactly sparkle with gratitude. It's for the best, and I need these. Very well. Do you mind, sir? You're firing upon the... No. Okay. There we go. Hi guys, have any secrets? No? Cool. So, I'm going back to London now. Gonna do some repairs, gonna get myself resupplied. I'm gonna be ready for our trip out of here. Well, make ready for our trip out of here. I wonder though, should I? So many things I could do. The question is, should I do any of them? And I'm not sure of that. Hum. Well, we'll go with my plan, which was to go to the mausoleum. And in this case, we have 2 stories to explore. And then we're gonna go to... Yes. To escape. The few you pick have become firm friends over repeated dockside card games. Whether you're keeping them together, they're willing to accept a lower signing fee. Useful. Now, the bazaar, actually. Do you have anything immediately useful? You do not. The bank, on the other hand, has my immaculate souls, which I do so desperately need. And since I have ministry stamped permits, I don't need to bring anything else, I don't believe. So I don't think I do. This can go away, since I really don't. Well, I'll take it with me, just on the off chance. But I should be fine with this. Yes. Just double checking I have my immaculate souls. I'm all ready to go. So let's get going. To the mausoleum one more time. One last time. Would have been nice to save time on the trip, but, well. There were objectives to accomplish. Things to do, as it were. And you know, with all those assets I have in the bank, I might actually be able to get my hands on something better than this locomotive. Maybe. Not... I'm not sure if it's quite enough, but it's close. Closer than I've been in a while. And you. Oh, I want to destroy you. So desperately. But it is probably tougher than the normal dreadnoughts, and I don't think I can handle that right now. No, you're not going to bait me into it either. Damned glorious dreadnoughts. Ugh. Damn them straight to hell. Of course, their minds are probably addled by the light, so... They're in a hell of their own making, although they seemed very happy about it back in the Sunless Sea. Still, not relevant right now. Right now, we have only one objective. That is to get back to... No, don't even try it. Look, I don't even want to fight you, really. I really don't. I'm not in the mood for it. Nope. Ooh, that could have been real bad. That's what that could have been. I do wish you would stop. Go back. Go. Shoo. Go away. My god, it's being persistent. It will pass, probably. Or it might not. 5 terror, great. Not exactly what I needed right now. Do you mind? You're being very persistent and very annoying in the process. Look, I'm just gonna keep doing this. You're not gonna hit me with this. You are literally wasting your ammunition, sir. I'm very tempted to just turn around and kill him now. Honestly, I am entirely justified in doing that too. At this point, I would be entirely justified, but taking the high road, Also, I really need to deal with this terror again. Search for a Clayman, though. The Clay Conductor seeks a new singing partner. High in her renewed majesty's favor, the most serene mausoleum is full of mourners, tourists, and aristocrats seeking to reconcile themselves with death one way or another. The Claymen are conspicuous in their absence. The Clay Conductor lumbers gloomily around the mourners, searching fruitlessly for someone who resembles himself. Eventually, the cheery registrar appears. I'm sorry, she tells you. Your friend is making people miserable. You explain your situation, and she relents. After a brief consideration of those interred in the mausoleum, she suggests that you seek an audience with the engraved mourner, a man of polished marble. He is one of the Deathless. Well, damn it. That's not happening today, certainly. Write a port report. I don't know if I can get rid of those over at the Reach, but we'll find out. And visit the memorial to the Prince Consort. Donate souls for a private viewing of the tomb. A donation of suitably august souls will get you a private viewing. And as I recall, there was something else there. Your donation is placed on a velvet cushion and carried away. You are to return in 3 hours when the chapel will be ready for you. At the appointed time, the registrar escorts you to the tomb. The chapel is empty. Posies lie crumbled on the marble floor, along with mourning lace and brooches, perhaps, bearing the prince consort's handsome face. You spend a somber hour admiring the frescoes and the folds of marble cloth that swallow the effigy. Somewhere behind you a bell tolls. The cheery registrar hurries you out. Now the visitor's coming and there must be no one at the tomb when they arrive. Damn, we saw a... We'd seen a door on the tomb. Perhaps if I had joined the reverend crowds, then do the uncanny specimens, and then go for a private viewing of the tomb? Maybe? Perhaps. But not immediately relevant, Hold up. We do have one thing that we must purchase. Simply must. And that's crockery, obviously. But no, more important than crockery. I know, shocking. I need fuel and supplies for my expedition. More fuel and supplies, thank you very much. And that was fantastic for dealing with our terror. Erased all of it. Almost all of it. There's still a scrap of terror left, but... I mean, barely anything. And you know, if we're going to go back to the Reach, which we have to do, because our terror situation is disastrous, we have resources to spend. It is unfortunate for this particular crewman, but I have other crewmen to recruit, much to redo, which, by the way, we'll be redoing on a stream, not during scheduled hours, probably? Maybe? Who knows? Who can say? Only the future will tell. And you'll see a little ad on the channel, don't worry about it. If you miss it, well, I don't think we'll be archiving it exactly, but I might do a little highlight reel of it, if there's anything important that happens. Mostly just rehashing what we did in the first 20 or so episodes. Getting back those that should have joined us from the start, and revisiting the old places. Perhaps making a bit more of a fortune, depends. Nothing immediately interested to those of us who are into this for the story, and frankly, if you're not here for the story, I mean, the gameplay is fine and all, but the story is where it shines. As it was, as it ever will be. I do want to go through here, though, because we don't have that constraint of terror, and I mean, just all this empty space, and I don't like it. I feel like there must be something in all this emptiness. And if it's perdurance, well, then we have reason to stay. If it's not, then, well... Oh. Something ghastly, you say? And apparently there was a corpse up there. Well, something corpsey. But more importantly, it looks very much like there is no perdurance here. Which saddens me greatly. Truly it does. Would have been lovely. Could have been great. Oh, you are not something I'm gonna go into. Nope. Nope, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to piss off God again. A God again, I should note. No, I think we're good. I think I'm good. Send out the owl real quick. Just cause. They found some stuff down there. Nothing I care about though, so onward to the Reach. Well, to the relay that will bring us to the Reach. Which is just as good. Sort of. Do you require a saying? You look like you might. Yep. As is natural. See, times like this, I wish I had the merchant ship again, but yeah, as far as locomotives go, it was an awful in combat, and I do a lot of combat, so it's a bad choice. I know the logic. There's not much logic in using it, so Here we are. Oh, just rare resources. Yeah, so it's gotta be up in this scrap of the sky. There's really no other place for Predurance to be. Unfortunate as it is. But that'll be a project that we come back to in the future. Sometime, eventually, not right away. We have to go to the Reach, have to recover our nightmare situation, and recruit our people back, and then... well, then we have to find Hybris in order to get to Eleutheria. Which will be its own set of problems, I'm sure. Although, perhaps we go to the Blue Kingdom instead. I have never been there, and... well, that's some timing. So, the August Avenues, I assume, because this seems like it has, well, what do you offer in terms of veils? Not enough. Not nearly enough. I need a lot of veils. Something that is primarily veils, in fact. Spell Imprison could be useful. I have had problems with my hearts. That would be very useful, in fact. The bell tolls. You ever seen your own death? It did not please you. Perhaps you saw it in a dream. Perhaps a medium read it on your palm or in your tea leaves. When death comes, where will he find you? Options. I think it is in my best interest to increase my strengths where I can. So, in bed, an insipid death, a death for bankers and laborers, not for one who rode the winds, you defy it. And so we become closer to becoming smugglers, and gain ourselves a little bit more in the way of irons. Or was it mirrors? It looked like irons, just judging based on our stats. And the Reach Transit Relay, which won't arrest us. That's kind of the best we've got. Present yourself to customs. Every relay is on the hunt for contraband. A pinch-faced inspector boards the ship with their retinue. Come on, hurry up. If you've nothing to hide, you've nothing to fear. Their mouth cracks into something almost but not entirely like a smile. Nothing from me, at least. Nothing to declare, nothing to hide, nothing to fear. Yes, a waste of time. Now run along. Oh, do I not have to... really? I just sort of assumed I would need to pay for a transport to the Reach. Okay, that means I have a ton of money then. Travel to the Reach, first class. First class is reserved for those on Imperial business. You'll need appropriate paperwork, and I have appropriate paperwork, thank you very much. At the sight of your papers, the superintendent jumps to activate the relay. Its hour looms rumble, spinning the pocket of new time in which your locomotive will make its journey. Wrapped in your engine's new code of hours, it'll be hard to say how long the journey takes, but the hours used by Imperial officials are languid and seasoned. The passage should be at least tolerable. The machinery grinds and stirs, the steam vents, the sigils of the edifice burn with sullen fire. A force like a great hand seizes your engine. Unfortunately, the journey is a turbulent one. Your locomotive heaves and tosses in the wake of some passing leviathan. The relays are not the only powers to make use of these ancient sky tunnels. Really? Oh, tell me more about that. But, still, time to go. On and on to other places. New places, fun places, dangerous places. Places that, well, may or may not cause some trouble for us. It has been some time. But we are back. And such works we will do here. But for now, thank you for your time. Note the like, comment, and subscribe buttons below. Use them responsibly, and I will see you all soon.